Hey everyone, it's Nick Reese, and today I want to share with you a simple mindset shift that is guaranteed to help you grow your business. As you may know, I believe that freelancing and consulting is one of the quickest ways to start living life on your own terms. But if you're new at it, I want to share with you a huge mistake that almost everyone makes. It's this idea of important versus urgent. And so I'll tell you a story. A few years ago, when I was first scaling out my first business, I was managing about 120 clients, and they were all real estate agents, and they were like small clients, like each one I might make a couple $100s a month. That was fantastic, but the way I had trained them to treat me was not fantastic. And so basically one night, I was just getting ready for bed, I was in bed, and my phone starts ringing, and I realize it's one of my oldest clients, and I look at it, and this was before I learned how to filter out problem clients. She called me, and she was notorious for yelling at me. And I answer the phone, and she's like, "Why didn't my email go out this morning?" And now, my first business was email marketing for real estate. No one dies if an email doesn't go out. So at this point, I hadn't really learned that yet. And so I was like, oh no, like it should have gone out, let me look. And so I scramble over to my computer, get out of bed, get all worked up, and look at it. And the email I sent her confirming when it would go out was for the next day. So I very politely apologized, like it was my fault and everything, and told her I'd talk to her soon. And I just realized, like, man, all my clients kind of treat me like this. And I look over at my whiteboard, and I'm like, wow, this is all the things I need to do for my clients. And almost all of them were like last minute calls that were super important to them. And I realized there was absolutely nothing on that whiteboard that grew my business. So I walk up to it, and there's a little bit of space on the left-hand side, and I just draw a big line down the middle. And I'm like, I titled everything that my clients needed as urgent. And then I wrote important on the left, and wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at that time, I didn't know exactly what those 5 things were gonna be. But I went to bed, and the next morning I woke up, and I wrote in the 5 things. And I made it a habit of every single week having at least 5 important things that I would do in my business that would grow my business. So I wasn't gonna spend all my time being reactionary, putting out other people's fires and dealing with other people's emergencies. I would actually be spending time growing my business. So if you're interested in using the same system I use, I call it the Impact Planner. And basically, it's going to have all your urgent stuff, and then you can separate your important stuff. I really believe this little distinction between urgent and important can transform your business. So to wrap up this video, I want to give you 3 tips that you can use to make sure you're working on the important stuff instead of just the urgent stuff. The first tip is realize that you teach people how to treat you in life. This is important because I had taught my clients that they were able to call me at 11:30 at night. If you start answering emails at 3 in the morning in 5 minutes, people are going to start expecting emails at 3 in the morning within 5 minutes. Start setting solid boundaries on when you answer emails and when you take calls with your clients, especially if you have a lot of them. The second tip is to have dedicated time to focus on building your business. Google is famous for their 20% time. I don't know where this rumor came from or if at one point they had actual 20% time, but I've confirmed with some of my friends that are ex-Googlers that really it's like if you want your 20% time, you got to work on your own time to get your 20% time. But I believe in your business, as a business owner or someone who works in a small business, you really need to spend time focusing on growing your business. There's a difference between working in your business and working on your business. And 20% of your time, if you can spend 1 day a week, just 1 day, focusing on nailing the important things that grow your business instead of just answering client emails or being reactive, you're going to see a substantial difference in your business within a year. Now, the third tip is to use a planner. And I've told you about my impact planner. Basically, it's divide a sheet of paper on the left, about 1/3 of the way down, say like the 5 most important things you do that week. And the other side, just use it for important things. Like if you get a client phone call, just scribble a note of what you need to do. And just the titles, the difference between urgent and important, will help you know what you should be focusing on. When you've got a few free minutes, do you do the urgent stuff or do you do the important stuff? That's where businesses are transformed. Spend more time doing the important stuff. I think you'll find this guide incredibly powerful, and I'll make sure to send you all my other guides like the referral engine and credible consulting website and all the future ones that I make if you sign up. I think you'll find the distinction between what's important and what's urgent incredibly powerful for your business. I'll talk to you soon.